Mine is not poetry, and it isn't that sad.
I'm so sorry.
I also realized that when I was getting dressed for this today, that I put on this green and white striped shirt, and that I looked like I work at an off-brand Foot Locker, you know? And I would think that the name of the store would probably be called Athlete's Foot. Alright, thank you. Appreciate it. Have you guys seen that new Game of Thrones that just came out? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to do a scene-by-scene analysis. No, just kidding. That wasn't that funny. And you might be thinking, wow, that was so unfunny. I wish this kid would make like a Game of Thrones character and just die really quickly. But unfortunately, you're stuck with me for like the next 15 minutes or something. So, but I will say, if you do want to see me get like eaten by like a dragon or something, we could probably work that out. It's like see me after my set. Hi, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Chase Ozarzak, and this is my second ever stand-up. Thank you. If you weren't here for the first one, that's okay. Prepare to be disappointed. And if you were here for the first one, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Prepare to be immensely disappointed as well. So I did my first stand-up. It was like a week and a half ago. It was right here in Vienna, like literally right here, which is really cool. And a lot has changed in that past week and a half. I didn't even say a joke. And the biggest change was that I put the word comedian in my Instagram bio. Thank you. And that's actually like real. You could go through. And so one thing that I never realized that happens when you become like this famous was that people like actually hate you. So I just lost so many followers. It was a ton. It was like 3 or something. I don't know. I guess you could just say that I'm under a lot of pressure, trying to finish school while also being, this good of a stand-up comedian. And I really wanted to just like drop out of college, quit, and pursue comedy full time. And I told my parents that after my first set. And so I went home last weekend, and my dad handed me this envelope. And I was like, sick. This is going to be like a card, and they're going to tell me like good luck with comedy or something. No, it was a license plate. Correction. It was a vanity license plate. And it was a Purdue vanity license plate that said grad 19. My graduation date is pretty much set in stone, okay? That's like just as official as my transcript, right? And I was thinking about it, and this constant reminder that I have to graduate this year literally follows me around wherever I go. I guess you could say that my dad is just really trying to drive the point home. Okay, sorry. I'm not going to vent anymore. I just got a lot on my plate. But yeah, enough about the pressure, because I know that no matter how I do, my parents will always be super supportive and tell me, Chase, you could have done so much better. Like for real. You know Tiger Woods? Like yeah, okay. I didn't know people would know. And he had this great comeback story, right? 11 years without winning a major title, and he came back a few days ago. He won the Masters. That's crazy. But if that was me, and I put on like the green jacket, I'm like, yeah, and I'm holding the trophy or whatever they do, my parents would have walked up and would have been like, you really only win 2 under on the 5th hole? I mean, what? Really? Well, no. You know what, Chase? We're proud of you. Come on, bring it in. You could have done so much better. What? Anyway, my sister's filming this set, and she filmed the last one as well, which is super cool, and it's up on YouTube. shameless self-promotion, go watch it. It's really funny. I got a lot of really good feedback from people I didn't know, which was really cool. I got feedback from all my friends, and they were like, yeah, we knew you were funny, so that's good. And I got feedback from my family as well. So after it was on YouTube, and after my parents had watched it, I FaceTimed them. And you probably already know where this story is going. And I'm talking to my mom, and she's like, yeah, it was just so funny, Chase. Your dad and I, we were laughing the whole time, and he was laughing before I even typed in www.youtube.com. And I was like, first of all, I sent you the link. You just wasted all that time typing whatever. And she keeps going on to say that my dad, he just laughed all the way through, and they just kept laughing, minutes after it was over. They said it was great. But then they said, some parts could have been better. I don't understand that. So, a lot of people, if I could unfold this paper, a lot of people have been telling me that I could do better, and that they keep making suggestions for me and trying to add in material to my sets. And ever since the start of my critically acclaimed comedy career, this has been happening. So let's hear some of their suggestions. My dad told me to always have a water bottle in case I get stuck on a joke, I could take a drink out of it. So I went out and bought the most expensive water bottle I could find. Thank you, Dad. So last set, for those that weren't here, I ripped on Subway a lot because my dad owns a Subway. He owns a franchise, which is pretty cool. And he told me that I should do a joke where Subway helped me lose a lot of weight, and then I pulled up like some really big jeans. And I'm not a historian, I'm not like a history major or anything, okay? But if I remember this correctly, the last person to do something like that did something very bad and went to jail. But I could be wrong, I don't know. What am I? My dad also told me that I should tell a joke where when I come home from college and move back in, because I'm going to live in my parents' basement, it's going to be great. That I can bring home all the beer, wine, and whiskey that I own, which is already wrong, because as we all know, it's just called alcohol. And so he says I can bring all that home, but I'm not allowed anywhere in the house to have off-brand plastic wrap or off-brand Q-tips. I don't know how that was supposed to be funny. I don't know a punchline for that. Dad, I'm sorry. I couldn't make it work. One of my friends was just like, hey Chase, you should do a Tide Pod joke. This one physically hurt me, okay? It's not even a joke, it's a meme, okay? And it's not even funny. I just don't get it, okay? And I know that I like to keep my sets clean, but that's totally not what I meant, okay? One of my classmates, he watched my first stand-up, and he was like, it's great, but like, you gotta do voices and accents. And if you look at me, I'm like a 5'0", scrawny white boy who can get blown away by the wind. So if I did a voice or accent that someone got offended by, all they would have to do is walk up and go, I'm gone. Not doing that. One person, they were confused and they were like, do you use cue cards? I was like, what? What? And he goes, like when the comedian doesn't know what joke they're on, someone in the audience has to like hold up a big sign that has the words on it. And I was like, oh, okay, like, thank you for defining it, as if I didn't know what a cue card was. And also, no, I'm a professional. So yeah, ever since the start of my comedy career, people just keep suggesting all these things. But every time I don't laugh at like something they tell me, they have to like go back on it or something. And I usually get one of two responses when I don't laugh. The first one would be like when my dad was like, okay, say you lost weight and then you hold up the jeans. And I was like, okay. And he was like, whoa, I wrote it down funnier. I was like, all right, well, like, finally I take a picture, like send me that. Like I want the funnier part, you know? That's what I want. The other response I get is the same thing, like, oh, you say you lost weight, you hold up the jeans. I'm like, okay. And people will be like, oh, well, I thought of it funnier. I'm like, great, if that thought comes back to you, hit me up. I'd appreciate that. All right, enough with the suggestions. Let's talk about how I'm stressed about graduating again. I'm going to graduate in May, which is really cool. And I have a job lined up afterwards, and I'm super excited about it. And I really can't stop imagining that there's like some HR guy that's trying to like vet all my social media, and then happens to stumble upon my first stand-up. And he's like so excited, and he opens up a form and scrolls down to the part that says reason for termination, and he's like so excited. He's like, I'm gonna get this kid. And he like cracks his neck, you know, and he's like really scary, cracks his knuckles and everything. He's like, yeah, okay. He hits play. Turns out he laughs the whole time because I'm hilarious, and it ends happily ever after. Until this one goes up on YouTube. Because in this fantasy, he has now subscribed to me on YouTube, and he just got a notification that I posted a video. So he'll stand up in his cubicle, and he'll scream, and I'll be like, Bill, Kathy, get in here. This kid has done it again. He just posted another video. You know, running, hit play, and they'll watch. And by the time the video is over, in my head I'm imagining like 700 people in one cubicle. And everyone's like laughing along, except for like this one other guy who's like in the corner. He's like mad. He's like, nah, I didn't like it. And they're like, what? Like, what do you mean? And he goes, well, it's not bad, it just could have been better. Alright, I'd like to thank QSOC, is that right? For putting this on. This is really cool, thank you. And I'm Chase Lazarza, thank you.